see her pain, but we sit here week after week hurting and suffering, and if we took a moment to be honest, we would shout, where is this God you're preaching about, preacher? Where is his power? Why hasn't my situation changed? Yeah, that's the reality. For 18 years, she's been suffering. For 18 years, she's been bent over. For 18 years, she's been waiting for that elusive day of deliverance. And after 18 years of coming into the synagogue bent over, I'm sure she asked herself, why am I here? This place is void of real power. But her very presence there gives us insight. Despite her unfavorable predicament, she must understand that there's purpose in her pain. She must understand that although I'm hurting, I can just make it to the house of the Lord. If I can just press my way, today could be my day. You see, a lot of times when we suffer, we tend to become bitter. We tend to feel victimized, and we assume that our perilous predicament is the result of unfavorable factors. We can tend to see ourselves as a victim of circumstances, but we must not forget that we serve a God that is near and not far off. We must not forget that we serve a God of history. We must not forget that we serve a God who has all power, and whether it takes 18 years or 18 minutes, God is always working things out for our good. We have to make sure that we don't become bitter in the midst of our trials and give up on our Lord. We must remember the words of the psalmist when he said, I was young and now I'm old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken or the children begging for bread. For 18 years, she pressed her way to the synagogue on the Sabbath, but she didn't give up. And I believe she didn't give up because in the back of her mind, she can hear the words of the prophet Isaiah, which said, youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get weary. They will walk and not faint. If you can testify like our brother Job, that though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Stand on your feet and give the Lord a praise for the victory that's on the way. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now. I will submit to you this morning, and I won't be before you too much longer. I will submit to you this morning that the woman in this synagogue on this particular Sabbath, she's there because she understands that there's a purpose in her pain. She understands that although my salvation may tarry, I'm going to press my way because in the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of joy. So she's in the synagogue, and Jesus sees her. Now, I remember I said that there's purpose in our pain, and I believe in her painful predicament, that it's this painful predicament that makes her noticeable to Jesus. If she had been standing straight like the others in the synagogue, her need might not have been noticeable. But when Jesus sees her bent over, he calls her to himself. He calls her to himself, and he says to her, woman, you are set free from your infirmity. After 18 years of suffering, that which has kept you bound is now put asunder. After 18 years of bondage, you are released from your bonds. For 18 years she had suffered. For 18 years she had been tormented by an oppressive spirit. Yet at the word of the master, she's released from her bondage. There are some people in here today that need to be released from some stuff. It's some people in here today that need to be released from their bondage. It's some people in here today that need to be released from the things that had them bound. Today is the day of salvation. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're going through, but God is speaking release from that situation of bondage. Today is the day of salvation. Today.